Don't be afraid to do the hard work that it takes to get the results. There really are no quick fixes because there are consequences to everything. So if you want to get healthy and you want to lose weight, unless you're severely obese, I would highly recommend not doing Ozempic and those types of things. You're going to destroy your gut. You're going to destroy your metabolism. You are messing up your natural body's rhythm, and you're losing muscle. There's cases of blindness, osteoporosis, all kinds of problems. Nothing replaces doing the hard work in the workouts. This is a season to trim the fat, to let go of what's not working, to simplify, really embrace the natural essence of life and the natural way of things. Like, allow your skin to breathe a little bit without tons of makeup. Maybe save money by not doing Botox or eyelashes or extensions. Maybe let your hair grow naturally. And like, I'm not coloring my hair as frequently because I'm trying to really embrace more of a natural hair, like thicker and healthier. And by not coloring it every 6 weeks, it's not only saving me money, it's helping with the quality and the life of my hair. And really simplifying life in so many ways brings peace, it brings joy, it brings an element of living that maybe you haven't experienced. My life has chronically been chaotic in the past. I've always had family drama. And that's the other thing too. If you're dealing with family drama or drama from broken relationships, maybe it's time to let some of those go. And don't feel guilty if you put up boundaries for your life. You don't owe people your life. Like, you don't owe them your time and an explanation for why you do what you do. You don't have to allow other people's seeds to grow in your life. Like, you can push it back and say, no, you know what, that's not for me. You might want to plant that seed of doubt in my life, or you might want to plant that seed of destruction in my life, but I'm pushing back and I don't want it. There are more people that want to see you fail so they can say, see, I was right. You should have listened to me. There's more people out of pride that want to see you fail. It makes them feel better. And when you do good, or when you're climbing higher, or when you're, just growing, it intimidates the people who are not growing. It intimidates them, because they're just sitting around or doing whatever and they don't want to change. Those aren't your that's not your crew. That's not your tribe. Let those people go, whether it's family who wants to provide their own insight, what they think you should do. There's always going to be, a mother-in-law or a mom or a sister or a sibling or a cousin or an aunt or somebody. Everybody's going to have an opinion about what you do, how you live, how you raise your kids, all of it. Just stay true to you. Stay true to the plans that God has for you. Learn to run your race without apologizing. Learn to stay so focused on what God has for you, the plans He has for you, that you don't need to feel guilty. I used to feel guilty because I tried to please people. Like, someone was always going to be mad. It was either going to be my husband who was mad at me, my kids who were mad at me, my mom was mad at me, my sister was mad at me. Somebody was always mad at me because I didn't do what they thought I should do. You're never gonna win. You're not gonna please everybody. And so you just have to realize that it's a lose-lose. Someone is always gonna be mad at you or upset, that someone's always gonna have something to say. But if you keep things in order and you embrace the rhythm for your life, just know that God made you a specific way. You don't have to apologize for the person you are. If you need to make some changes because you've developed some really bad habits, then be willing to make those changes. Be honest with yourself and make those changes. Just get it done. Stop dragging it out for years, making excuses and justifying all of the bad habits that you do that could cause havoc or destruction or chaos in the lives of the people who are close to you. And get that going, get that done. Don't waste your time being your lower self. Learn to come up higher. And then once you do that, just know that it's between you and God, you and your spouse, like you and your kids. That's the order of things. God, spouse, kids, friends. And it doesn't say friends, aunts, uncles, cousins, this person, that person, everybody else. No. Also, ask God to reveal to you the people who have wicked intentions in your life. If there's people secretly that, they think that they have some type of authority over you, or they think they're secretly planning something. You know who I'm talking about. There's always somebody that you're just like, yeah, I'm just not sure about this person. They say they they want the best for me, but you can just tell they don't. And the more that I leaned into really trusting God, and the more that I leaned into what God had for me, the clearer it became who was for me and who was against me. Like, it became so crystal clear. And I just didn't tolerate it anymore. I thought, you know what? I'm not tolerating this. I don't owe these people anything. I'm not forced to be friends with them. And I'm not forced to give them a part of me or my life. And that's it. Just let it go. Put people in their place. Some people need to be put in their place. I don't care if it's your mom, dad, brother, sister, friend that you had for 15 years. If you have boundaries that are healthy and they're protecting yourself, your spouse and your kids and your family unit, basically, and people are going over those boundaries because they think they can. They think they have the authority to move past those boundaries and cause problems in your life. Don't be afraid to step up and put them in their place. I don't know how this conversation talk went to this. I started on embracing natural beauty, and now I'm talking about family problems. So I'm all over the place. But I just lean into whatever God places on my heart, because I feel like some of us are dealing with things and nobody's really talking about these things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, so I was talking about doing the hard work. So the hard work, the day in and day out things. So once you get rid of all this BS from all this nonsense and all these people in your life that are just creating chaos, remember, when there's truth, there's peace. When there's lies, there's chaos. Just look at the fruits of the person. Is their life like a tornado? Is it always chaotic? Like in a crazy way? Look at the fruits. So once you streamline and you cut the fat and you really simplify your life, what'll happen is you'll have time to say, okay, now I can focus on these simple things. These are simple things day in and day out that you could do. Walking, hydrating, electrolytes, having salt, electrolytes, and sunshine first thing in the morning for your upper body, your face, your torso. It's so healing for your cells and for your skin and everything. Keeping joy and laughter and peace in the home, keeping your home atmosphere, upbeat, so you thrive. Not a place that pulls you down, where you lay around and you become, just lazy. There's a homebody season. It's not a homebody life. If you have a homebody life, you're going to have a homebody, which is going to be not attractive, and you're not going to feel good. You have to have an environment that pushes you to be better, like gets up, get some sunlight, open up those drapes, open up the curtains, refresh the home. It's simplified, it feels good, it's spacious, it's airy, you got some nice music playing, your kids are, everybody's happy, you got some fresh food. That is like an environment, that's like the organic modern environment that's just so healing and beneficial. Then you can create some really healthy habits. It's really simple. It's simple eating. It's sunshine. It's getting to know what supplements to take your kids, what supplements they might need. It's exercising. You don't have to do vigorous cardio. Your muscles, you need protein. You need to work out. There's a lot of things that are just simple that you can do that can make a big difference. And then once you get a really good kind of foundation and good habits put in place, then you can start adding in some specific supplements that are going to tweak things and help things. But going straight to, something that's going to help you just drop a lot of weight, so you look super anorexic and you have no muscle and no butt, your face is, going to look sunk in, could develop all kinds of problems and osteoporosis and all of these things. That's not the answer. It's like a temporary fix because you don't want to do the hard work. You got to do the hard work. There's no way around it. Don't be afraid of the hard work. Don't be afraid to level up. Don't be afraid to push yourself. It's not pretty. It's not glamorous. You're going to sweat. You're going to hurt. Get around people that are going to do it with you. They're going to push you to be better. They're going to say, yeah, like, let's see who you are, what you can do, and what you can embrace in the next 6 months. You can literally change your whole life in 6 months, 3 to 6 months, a year. You can totally transform your life. I mean, if you just do the things that you have to do and discipline yourself and stay consistent, man, you could just be on a totally different path. This just pumps me up so much because I know so many of you are feeling just dragged down, tired, heavy, burdened, not sleeping well, inflamed, with messed up hormones, with just so many different problems. You've got tons of anxiety. But most of the time you're doing it to yourself. You are the one doing it and you're in control. There's going to be outside factors like financial problems or marriage problems or job problems or the government, or there's always going to be a reason. But for the most part, you're doing it to yourself and you have the ability to change it. Not anybody else. It's not anyone else's fault. They're not going to change, but you can change.